Hello and welcome to podcast number 14.5, live from the basement.
I was going to make the same joke. I'm like, if you said 14 or whatever, I was going to be like, more like 14.5.
You guys are pathetic.
So this is the makeup podcast from last week's mishap.
Wherein me and Ryan will make up, if you know what I'm saying, live on camera.
Moving right along.
Shuffling up. Carl, you look disappointed in your existence. How you doing?
I'm extremely disappointed in my existence.
Is that because it's 34, 35 in this cramped little room of ours?
It's not so bad in here compared to outside, actually.
And it's only going to get worse because that's an incandescent bulb with 3 bodies and there's a bunch of electronics on it. My
Hold
God.
that thought.
Where are you going?
Turn off the lights in here, baby.
I see.
Extra dark. I don't want you to see this.
I'm just removing as many sources of heat as possible.
Okay.
It's getting hot in here.
No, I still like turn off all of the lights. It's much better.
All right. So topics.
No, Carl, what the fuck's been happening, Carl?
Apart from withering away in the heat and working far too hard at work, I've been playing MMOs. That seems to be my thing at the moment.
So you've played the new Final Fantasy 14 patch yet?
Final
Well,
Fantasy.
I've been playing in it, but I haven't actually reached the end game yet because I was an idiot and started a new character when I started back up.
What class are you playing these days?
Warrior at the moment.
Ew,
I'm
gay.
going to switch to Dark Knight when I
Why
get
aren't you playing Puppeteer like a real man?
Because that's in 11 and doesn't exist in 14, you dickwad.
Moving right along.
Yeah,
I got baited.
That was nice
I got
bait.
baited.
Nice bait.
I also occasionally pop my head into Hearthstone, but
and then
I don't know. Y'all have heard me.
I would say suck dick because Control doesn't exist because Jade Warrior is a thing and
what? No, Jade Druid.
Jade Druid's a thing. There you go.
You don't play Hearthstone.
And then
Stop talking like you understand it.
Pirate Shaman is like the number 1 deck, followed by Pirate Rogue and Pirate Warrior.
Pirate Warrior, not Pirate Rogue.
Ah, it's close.
So close.
Pirate Rogue's number 3.
It was.
See? I'm
At
pretty
one point.
good. I was drunk when we had this conversation last night, so
He wasn't drunk. He was drunk.
drunk.
Drank.
Well, okay, look, when you drink...
Anyway, look, I don't want to dwell on this. Y'all have heard me whinge about Hearthstone in the meta for a while, so we don't need to talk about that again.
Yep. All right. So on my side of things, I have what I've been doing. I've been moving. Basically, is the big thing. So my time for gaming has been limited. I've done a little bit of Ratchet and Clank actually with my new PS4.
Yeah.
So
did you get the PS4 Pro like a boss?
No, I got a regular old PS4 that someone was selling for $250.
You are a disappointment.
That means that you will be unable to use boost mode.
But yeah, you
Oh.
gotta
No.
Maximum power.
engage 4K on a 1080 screen. No, actually, seriously, it does work better. You get increased frame rates, and it's like frame rates for the frame rate god.
You realise that if a game has cross-platform things, I'll be buying it on PC.
Yeah,
and if
but
it doesn't have cross-platform things, I really don't care about doing speed boosts.
And frame rates and graphics, and you're just like, I'm just here for the porn, really.
I'm really just there for the porn.
You ready? Because you can get Galgun on your system now.
What's that?
Oh boy.
I can show you a world
You've mentioned it before, but I
filled
can't
with
remember
titties and railguns and anime schoolgirls where
I'm
you shoot
rolling my eyes pretty hard
you
right
shoot
now.
pheromones at them.
I am
You
rolling
shoot
my
pheromones
eyes.
at them, Ryan.
I'm taking it this is some Japanese fantasy of yours.
No, it's a reality. It's a Japanese reality. This is what it's like in Japan.
You shoot pheromones at people.
Yeah.
Just
suppose we can ask
ask Adam. He'll confirm it's true.
Yeah, Adam and Bin.
Hey, how many pheromones did you fire off into the crowd?
Wait, what?
Ben will be like, many pheromones.
Ben, what have you been doing?
We're not done with you yet.
I'm done.
No. You asked us a very important question last night, which we should raise to our beloved audience of 2 people.
I honestly don't remember, and I wasn't drank.
Yeah, you weren't drank.
wasn't
You were
drank.
like, bitch, I'm sick of Pokemon. Is there other good GBA games out there?
Yeah,
Yeah, so...
and that's it. That was the question.
Yeah, no, this is where I'm like, cast out to the crowd. Do you have any JRPGs No,
Why specifically JRPGs?
sorry, I was meant to
Because
say...
you love them so much.
I was going to say any non-JRPGs, but my natural instincts took over and just went for... I can't say that. I meant RPGs. I mean, no, not... Crap.
Stop talking.
Do you have any suggestions?
Reboot your brain, close your mouth, then try again.
Yes, I have been playing a Game Boy emulator on my phone.
Because you're a terrible pirate.
Because I'm a terrible, terrible pirate, and
Christ.
I've been playing...
You should play Hearthstone, you'd
Ruby.
fit right in.
Yar,
fiddle-dee-dee.
So yeah, if you know any other Game Boy Advance titles that I should play, let me know.
Yeah, particularly, we want the worst of the worst. I've already recommended Ballistics X vs. Sever, so we're pretty bad here. Pretty bad.
Yeah, or you could just give me, actual good games to play. But moving right along, Ben, what have you been playing?
I have been playing a wide variety of miscellaneous games. By that I mean Bloodborne and Fury and Let It Die. But,
What happened to your Let It Die infatuation?
Because Australian internet is wonderful and amazing and so dependable.
Slash end sarcasm.
Reliable. It is like the sturdy rock made of pumice in the middle of the sea.
We're going to have the best internet.
We have the best internet.
And Mexico's going to pay for it. Wait, am I crossing the memes?
No, sorry, I meant New Zealand's going to pay for it.
There we go.
Wow,
There we go.
Yeah, so Let It Die has kind of been slowly phased out because I can't let it get onto the fucking internet. It's killing me.
Yeah, well, because I'm in the middle of the move, I don't have internet at the moment. And apparently, whilst Telstra installed my NBN box on the outside of the house, they have not actually installed the internal box.
Naturally,
because that's what you do when you do things
but
like
so
that.
all I'm hearing is NBN's going to be at Ryan's place. Let's have a streaming pad.
Yeah.
So are you actually getting NBN?
Well, I had NBN at the old place as well.
So why didn't we turn it to the the streaming pad?
Or because we're locked into a stupid contract and we're on tier 2, so it's not that great.
Oh, disappointment.
What?
And
I'm very disappointed in you, Ryan.
I had no say in the matter.
yeah, naturally,
Naturally.
the Luddites did.
So you've been playing Let It Die, Fury, what else?
Bloodborne. And Fire Emblem Heroes has been out for a little while now, and that's been occupying
Oh, no.
that brief period of time between the train and work that I love so dearly.
It's been occupying a lot more than that from what I've seen of you.
And here concludes the podcast. Ben's now going to spend the next 3 hours talking about Fire Emblem Heroes.
Pretty good for a gacha game. I rate it. Its hooks are really hooky.
It's got you.
It's got good hooks.
Is it
got you.
Is it free to win or is it pay to win or is it?
Free to win.
What
the hell's that?
It's complicated. It's more like free to play, pay to play better.
Okay.
What the hell does that mean?
You get better units if you put money in. Oh well,
Is it multiplayer based?
Sort of. You have offline arena duels.
Okay.
Kind of like all my favorite multiplayer games where it's not actually multiplayer. Where it's like, there are other people playing this, but you don't have to interact with them. It's okay. We understand you're antisocial. And I'm like, finally a game company that gets me. And other than that, in exciting news, a review I wrote for Justice League Dark has been published. Fuck yeah.
Very
Good
nice.
job.
Very
Well
nice.
done.
Whereabouts is that? Where can people find you?
You can look it up on soisitanygood.com.
So,
Is it any good?
is
No.
it any good? Okay.
No, Justice League Dark, I was like, if you need me to tell you about Justice League Dark, don't fucking watch it. I mean, not in so many words, because it's a reputable site where I can't say stuff like fuck, cunt, shitting dick nipples, and etc., etc. You know, things to make YouTube go, I don't think you should advertise on this channel.
Content guidelines recommend that persons over the age of not a number watch your channel.
But yeah, no, the executive summary is, if you were going to watch it, you would have watched it already, so, I mean, don't watch it.
Okay.
Okay.
But
I won't.
if you're like me, who's like, fuck yeah, Zantana, fuck yeah, John Constantine, fuck yeah, Jason Blood, who my hair is stylized off, I'm in. I am in.
You're way in.
Yeah, but mind you,
300% in.
but mind you, you would have watched it already.
Have you watched? Yeah, of course you've watched it.
Yeah.
You reviewed it.
No,
It's a
He
joy.
reviewed it. Yeah.
I had someone over that night, and I was like, "Hey, we're gonna watch this because it just came out, and I'm really excited." And her response was, "The fuck did I just watch?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, time to show you the comic book shelf."
Comic book shelf, and he pulls out this whiteboard with a bunch of diagrams
Oh.
and lines between them as he goes to explain the
I have a
references.
He's got like Raiden and
Yeah.
Sonic and like Captain America and like lines going everywhere.
This is where Shadow and Shrek have their baby, which causes the apocalypse and Earth 616 to collapse.
And that's why this movie exists.
Yeah, but no, seriously, I have a literal tome up there that was referenced in the movie. I'll show you after the cast.
Okay.
Or maybe when you're talking and I get bored, I'll go grab it and be like, oh, by the way.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah, we were going to segue into free-to-play, but some super breaking news has come in, which is far more important
Yeah, like breaking is in the last 20 minutes, right?
Yeah. Oh, not quite. This is from 7:30 this morning. Valve kills Greenlight.
What?
What?
Are you fucking for real?
You heard it, bitch!
Holy shit, dude!
Valve
hang on.
kills the monster!
Hang on. I gotta Google this shit. I can't. I'm not sure I believe you.
After years of saying they do it, this is ripped straight from Kotaku, by the way.
Okay.
Saying they do it, Valve is finally getting rid of Steam Greenlight, Steam's user-driven service for smaller games to the Steam store. This is coming from Steam Direct. We will ask new developers to complete a set of digital paperwork, personal or company verification, and tax documents similar to the same, like applying for a bank account. Once set up, devs will be able to pay a recoupable application fee for each new title they want to distribute, which is intended to decrease the noise in the submission pipeline. So basically...
it stops people like the Digital Homicide fiasco, slash...
Unity flipping, like...
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hang on. So is this gonna make the games better quality on average or less good?
Well,
Like, if they don't even require community vetting, doesn't this just turn into a free-for-all?
no, this requires payment, so you're not going to load shit up there unless you have faith in your shit.
And you also have to remember that Greenlight was being botted in that people would like create bots and then get them to vote for their own game.
Well,
So
yeah, but...
this will make better games overall, because you can still go, that game's shit, you're bad, and you should fucking feel bad! And not pay for the game because it looks like ass.
But people already don't pay for these games because they look like ass.
Naturally. So it's just an extension that gets rid of people uploading crap for nothing. That's this now, if you want to upload your crap, you gotta pay $1.
Or
A
something.
dollar.
A-
A dollar. $8 not going to stop nobody.
Sorry, they described it as a recoupable amount.
Yes.
So
A bond.
a bond.
Potentially.
Yeah. And can you imagine that where you're like, hey,
Here's a $600
pay
bond.
$1,000.
Here's a $600 bond. You've caused $10,000 worth of damage to the Steam brand. You owe us
$4,000.
Yeah, $4,000 or something like that.
Damage to the Steam. I'm not sure that the Steam brand could be damaged anymore at this point.
But that's kind of the point, right? Like, I mean, like there was always going to be people that bash on companies or whatever.
I just realized that sounded overly harsh, so let me clarify. I still love Steam. I think it's a great...
if Steam was a person, you wouldn't have sex with it because it has too many STIs, but you'd still take it out for beers.
Yes,
Or
essentially, yes.
more specifically, I'm glad that Steam is now taking the next step along the road to recovery.
Yes.
Man, I will support them in any way I can.
You're like, it's okay, baby. We'll do something about the crabs and the Hep C.
I mean,
and
it's...
HIV. No.
Stop. Okay, stop. Basically, the new games feed on Steam has been useless to me for a couple of years now because it's just always filled with bullshit.
Fucking finally, like I said, this is why pre-podcast I'm like, yeah, here's our topics. I'm just gonna flick over to some news websites and see if there's holy
shit.
fuck.
Dropping the bombs, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Like, and once again, Greenlight had some gems come through it, but once again,
Our boy Hyperjam.
our boy Hyperjam. We're not
Still-
getting paid
still-
for this shit. I swear to God, if you remember me next year,
But
developer.
if they feel like paying us, we'll definitely
If you
consider
feel
it.
like-
Stop.
Or if you give us just beta keys, we'll accept beta keys.
It's not even out yet.
That's why we want beta keys.
Oh my god.
And also,
Come on and slam, and welcome to the Hyper Jam.
it does mean that their Greenlight
Situation
is now in turmoil.
Well, they got. Well, no. Is it? They already got greenlit
These
before
are
this
important
happened.
questions I want Valve to answer.
Like,
Like,
what happened to games that got greenlit but haven't been released yet?
yeah.
I imagine that it's like no new submissions and that the current Greenlight games will either get to their release date or die, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, so it's kind of grandfather Greenlight.
Yeah. I imagine they'll grandfather it.
What does this mean for early access? Can a new developer open a Steam account, pay their bond money, and put up a game in early access?
I'm guessing that they can.
Yeah, because legitimate companies have done that. No, a good example is Don't Starve multiplayer went up in early access. And they're like, hey, Don't Starve is like complete, and the multiplayer is going to be bugged to shit because the game's not designed to have 2 people in it, but we're working on it.
But
Here, have some fun.
hold on. But Don't Starve. But Hank, that's not exactly what I mean, because Don't Starve was already an established game at that point.
Yeah, so
So what if before that they had would they have been able to in this new world where there's no green light?
No green light.
If somebody's making a game like Don't Starve or just some sort of indie game, but then they want to put it up in early access, are they going to be able to do that?
I'm hoping so, but once again, we don't have the answers yet.
That's an indie game without an established brand. That's not like a sequel or a spin-off or something that's already exists.
I feel like the biggest hit, like the people that are going to be affected the most are the ones that, like you're saying, don't have an established brand because they're just starting out. They're just a couple, like maybe 1 or 2 devs, and if they have to pay an exorbitant fee just to be listed on Steam, I feel like that's going to kill them off.
Maybe they can go to the PS4 store instead.
Or the PS Vita place. Because PS Vita's still doing games. I mean,
Somehow.
is that even a console?
It is.
I'm pretty sure the Wii U went better than the Vita.
Didn't
No, it didn't.
My
No,
Life
it
in Gaming called, was it the Vita or no? It was the PSP, I think. Anyway, it called one of those handheld devices actually a decent solution for playing PS1 games.
Yeah, no, that's the Vita.
Is it?
Or a certain model PSP which you can output properly. That's not important right now.
Yeah.
What is important is that the PS Vita is an amazing indie console and everyone should have one. Except for Carl. Carl should give his one to me.
So that you can have one.
So I can have one. Actually, no, I was... Carl's like...
Okay, fine, whatever.
He's like, you know what? I don't have a single problem with that statement.
What were we talking about before that?
Oh,
I was going to say that I'd be noticing that the PS4 store had been getting some of the old Steam, some of the more infamous Steam baggage. Yes.
Yes, it is. It's getting bad. It even happened to the Wii U store as well, believe it or not. There was a game on there, I can't remember what it's called, but I was like, this looks like a crappy Greenlight game. And then I went over on Greenlight and I'm like, hey, look, there it is on Green.
It is a crappy Greenlight game. Wowee.
The demon code prevents me
enough.
from announcing that, on the same note, with Valve, please, Valve is making 3 full VR games.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep. They're building 3 full games, not experiments. Gabe Newell told Eurogamer. One of the questions that was asked is, why in the world would you be making hardware? And now they're designing hardware at the same time they're designing the software. And they're taking an inspiration from Nintendo to make the new hardware and games at the same time so they work more seamlessly.
Question.
Answer.
Is this like yet another VR standard? In addition to the Oculus, the Vive, and the PlayStation.
I imagine that it's based on the HTC Vive's stuff, and from what I've read elsewhere, which we'll come to later, I guess, because I've got a TF2 update to do. But my understanding for VR stuff is that they want it to work with all current VR headsets.
But it will work better with with Steam Headset 79.
Yeah.
Or the Steam Gear headset.
They've already got a Steam Gear, I think. We're going to come up with another steampunky name.
Steam pun. Equip the Steam engine to your face.
The visor.
Let's just call it the HoloLens and make... Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, fucking Valve VR. That's something I'm like... I'm gonna need to build a computer, eh?
So I suppose...
So what are we expecting? Are we expecting new IP or are we expecting VR takes on existing games?
This is
VR Sonic X-Track.
This is where I'm going to segue into the TF2 update, which also includes stuff like that. And Tyler McVicker from Valve News Network, he reckons it's going to be Left 4 Dead 3. Potentially a Half-Life game, if not a Half-Life universe game.
Sorry, this is where I put on my hat, because Mr. Neil has confirmed there are more games coming in the Portal Half-Life shared universe, and Portal VR is just like, yeah.
That's gonna be freaky.
That's gonna be great. Imagine looking at your own ass through the portal and be like, I wonder if I can just like, zoop.
But yes, anyway.
Yes, but yes.
But yes, the point is, what was I saying? Yes, so...
so TF2.
Basically, it's going to be something else, but also Left 4 Dead and something in the Half-Life Portal universe.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. It might be we might see some new IP, perhaps.
So, like, honestly...
You never know.
If they finally do the 3 thing, which means one new IP, one...
I would love it if they released, like, Half-Life the Experience, or like they called it something that wasn't 3.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna laugh, like, because you know how they do it, like, like Left 4 Dead, VR instead of Left 4 Dead 3, or something like that.
Half-Life Arkham Asylum.
Half-Life 2, Episode 2, Phase 1.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I've been waiting for Episode 3 for so long.
It's not coming out.
I know.
Because they can't do 3s.
They just can't.
You know, I like...
They're gonna skip... It's not gonna be called Left 4 Dead 3, it's gonna be called Left 4 Dead 4.
Yeah.
Or Left 4 Dead... Or it's gonna be a reboot and just be called Left 4 Dead again.
Yeah. And then Half-Life 2017.
Actually, Gabe actually said on the AMA that he did a couple of weeks back, you can't say the number 3, so he understands the joke. And
He's like, it's a meme.
It's a meme now.
So what else is being updated in
Team Fortress? Okay, so the big announcement obviously is that the Pyro update is coming. They have confirmed the size of the team. So there are about 4 to 5 developers at any time on Team Fortress. There are also, in total, there's 19 people that work on Team Fortress. That includes artists, writers, directors, sound engineers, the supporting cast and stuff. They have a new SFM coming out, so Source Filmmaker.
Sorry, I heard that as Stoneforge Mystic and my mind went somewhere else entirely.
Okay. Well, anyway, they have a
Team Fortress 2, the trading card game.
Yes!
Let's do it.
Let's combine it. You can equip hats to your creatures.
Yes!
All right.
I am so disappointed in both of you.
We're gonna segue now into So
let's let him finish the update first.
Okay, so new Source Filmmaker video, which, if you remember, the last one was the bread one. What was that called? I can't remember.
Expiration Date.
Which was actually good.
Which was amazing. So I'm imagining something along those lines as well.
It provided me with plenty of assets for reasons in SFM.
The Pyro update is going to have both, obviously, like, new weapons that are going to change how the class works, apparently, according to D. Rilla, or David Rilla, Driller, whatever.
So what, they're doing another Demo Man experiment?
They're considering doing stuff that tweaks how the class can be played, yes.
So, how else do you feel the Pyro can be played? Like, what else are you going to give it?
I feel like something along the lines of Pyromancy, where it can buff and debuff, rather than do stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, no, turning the Pyro into a support character with, like, a Dark Souls-esque power within for one... Okay, so power within, like, lowers their defense, but increases their attack to a ridiculous thing.
But that's all speculation, we don't know at this point.
That would be pretty sweet, but what I was thinking is a long-range Pyro with something other than that fucking flare gun, which, like...
But see, that doesn't. I mean, so what? You're thinking a sniper pyro,
Sniro.
a sniro. Good shot.
Or
just
imagine a long range.
Or you could even like move it in like a soldier direction with like fireballs or some shit.
Yeah, or like for example with Sniro, the dragon. Imagine if it's like your scope reveals spies, and then you can be like long range anti-spy tech.
Yeah, because the spy totally needs a nerf.
I just want to take this opportunity to be fuck spies and fuck spy players. You're all cunts.
Yeah, I hate you too. Anyway, so the other big thing that they're focusing on in the Pyro update is obviously fixing all the bugs. There is something called
Bugs in Team Fortress 2.
In a video game made by
Preposterous.
Valvo.
No, but like the big one is the what is being colloquially referred to as the lag pyro. So if you haven't seen that, I might put a video in the description or something. But basically, the long and short of it is, if you are laggy, your flames go further.
Yes, I remember you telling me about that, and it sort of makes sense. I can sort of see how that sort of bug would happen.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but it does need to be fixed.
Yeah, it has something to do with the interpolation /
Yeah.
lag physics and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, but the point is, so they're looking at fixing that, looking at fixing it basically
So
revamping
why don't
the
they
entire
fix
class.
it by making everyone, if they're laggy, better?
It doesn't work like that.
That's a very Dota fix.
No, I was gonna say it makes you play like LOL, where you're just like, it's okay if you can't click properly. There's no denies.
This is bait.
The other thing that they're going to be releasing, so they're obviously continuing to
Bait guy.
they're obviously continuing to try and merge the competitive and casual scenes. So they're doing like
I
that's
can't
gonna
say,
go
I was
down
gonna
like
say
a
I
ton
can't
of
see
bricks.
that having any negative repercussions
Absolutely,
whatsoever.
this does not breed a caustic environment at all. We haven't seen caustic environments in games that merge casual and competitive at all, have we, Carl?
Not at all.
Well
Not at all.
played. Well played. Sick
They're
Well
exact.
played. Inconceivable. My thanks.
Their exact words was that they don't consider like casual players, competitive players, as they don't want to consider them as separate camps that they treat differently. They're trying to bring the community together in this happy go fun time style.
I have a feeling
That
they
tonight's
don't,
gonna be a good night.
that they may not have the firmest grasp on the players of their own game.
Well,
with a statement
also,
like that.
I'd like to point out, you've seen what Overwatch segregates it for a very good reason.
Yeah.
Because Overwatch players are cancer. In fact, you know what? Let's just take this back.
When
Can
I
I
started,
finish or like
No, people who play online games in general are terrible people.
okay.
Done.
So there's more.
There's more.
Yes, there's more. I've been trying to stop you both for
Sorry.
like the last 10 minutes.
No, because you keep throwing interesting topics into the ring. You're like,
And we want to comment on
here's
them.
a piece of raw meat. No.
When I say that they were looking at combining the casual and competitive modes, basically that boils down to is they're continuing to work on the competitive mode, which at the moment is shit.
Sweet. That's
So they're like, all right, well, our competitive mode at the moment, it isn't that great. We're continuing to work on it. Is basically the crux of that point.
So in my head, I just saw like, if casual and competitive fusion dance, which one's in control of the body?
Yeah. In my head, what I was thinking is that would be like if Overwatch abolished its quick play queues.
Which is terrible and should not be done. No, anyway, this provides a really good means to talk about something that's very close to me at the moment.
What's that?
I mean, I know we're just kind of shuffling over TF2 because I know you love talking about TF2 so much.
I have so much more information to share.
Yeah.
Do you really? What else you got for us?
The other thing that happened was that Uncle Dane managed to get a tour of the Valve headquarters and talk to all those people. So Uncle Dane is a NG player.
Is
does
he a good
YouTube
NG
videos.
player?
He's a very good NG player.
All right,
he
but-
competed in a Team Fortress 2 competition,
So-
which allows me to segue into Team Fortress 2 competitive, which they're saying is they haven't bothered trying to host competitive because they know competitive is not in a good place at the moment. So where they're saying...
So when they say that, do they mean that they
They
feel
would love to host official Team Fortress 2 Valve-sponsored
Tournaments.
run tournaments, but they won't until they've got
Actually,
the competitive
okay,
where they want it.
I'm going to grab onto a line you said earlier because you said he's a good player because he's competed.
No, I said he's a good player semicolon, he has competed.
Oh, good. Because I'm like, we compete in things.
Yeah, we're good players.
We're good players.
Totally. I came what, ninth in the Pokemon Town Hall tournament?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I would say I came first in Xena. That makes me good, right?
Yeah, of course.
Guys,
Xenogenesis.
notice me.
bringing this back on topic. When they say that competitive is not in the state that they want it to be in, does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean in terms of
all
that? Let me finish.
I'm going to let you finish.
For fuck's sake. Does that mean that they feel that the balance is off? Does that mean that they feel that the competitive, like the way that the competitive mode in game functions, is bad? What exactly are they getting at?
So, all right. Well, let me start with what the current competitive in-game mode is. Right. For starters, it's 6v6. Mm-hmm. All weapons are allowed. All class mixers are allowed. So you could have a team of 6 spies. Right. You could have, all these weapons that otherwise competitive players have said, no, we're only sticking to stock weapons.
Well, I mean, there's quite a few weapons that are strict upgrades.
Exactly, right?
Well,
At the moment.
you either have to accept all weapons or you have to accept no weapons. Which I feel like we've always had an argument about on TF2 on this thing, because I was of the opinion it's a better game, vanilla.
So, I guess, like, reading between the lines, because he talked for a good 10 minutes on this topic, right? So reading between the lines, it sounds like they want to add support for different competitive modes. So maybe they might have a 9 versus 9 or a 12 versus 12.
Oh, dude, I would love 9v9.
9v9 Highlander.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
They might also introduce...
It would be like chess, but in an FPS.
Would it?
Yeah.
They might also introduce ways of customizing the sort of game that you want to play. So if you only want to play in games that restrict class loadouts, you might only get matched in games that restrict class loadouts.
All spies.
Final Destination.
I meant more no more than one per team. Is
Carl, what about Captain's Draft for items?
So if you make it, if you just assume that every team has the 9v9 and it's just one of each class, and then you captain's draft items.
Now we're getting into meta.
So
that would be very interesting.
And that's the thing; they're taking all these points from the community that are saying, yes, okay, we don't mind sixes. Yes, sixes is played the most, but there are other competitive genres that aren't just
you could have
6v6 stock.
You could also have the Overwatch 3v3 mode, which is really fun. It's really fun.
I haven't actually played it. I quit before it became a thing.
So, sweet. No.
So the point is...
sounds really interesting.
Is it actually super sad that, now I'm ears are perking up and I'm like, I could competitive TF2. I could get behind this.
But that's why I'm saying, you guys kept cutting me off, and you're complaining, and oh god, the shitstorm.
It's not my fault.
They're changing my game that I used to play 10 years ago. How dare they?
I was so mad when they did that. I still am. I remember the medic update, and I'm like, sad violin. They literally
the crossbow is good.
No. See, the Blood Slugger is so much better than the stock needle gun.
It may have been. I think
no, it absolutely is.
Yeah. No, it was you don't get crits, and I'm like, I'm a medic, I need it to heal and distract people. I'm in. And the Uber Saw is that much better than a stock bone saw.
They also nerfed that.
Oh my god.
It's still good, but it doesn't give you 25% Uber anymore.
That
it gives
was
you
so good.
10.
25% Uber, you'd have 2 medics. And
hang on. 10? Does that mean that there's...
It's 15, I think.
Does that mean that there's no more Uber chaining?
Oh, there's Uber chaining. It just means you need to get more than 4 hits on somebody.
Which, by the way, 4 hits on somebody was literally, I'm gonna go, hit this heavy until I get my Uber up.
Uber chaining was fun. But anyway, the point is, yes, they are working on it.
Did they
the other thing that they did, I mentioned Uncle Dane had a visit. They didn't know he was Uncle Dane. He was just a player from the ELO that managed to score a trip over. And... he walked in on the Team Fortress team, and they were all playing Team Fortress, which was a big contentious point where a lot of the community figured that there was just a couple of devs keeping the lights on that just occasionally released community-made items. But no, they actually constantly play the game. The people that are on the team are like dedicated Team Fortress people, and that was the big point, basically. But
did they let anything slip about how the game's performing financially at the moment?
I think it's performing fine.
It's performing fine financially. It's still top 4 on Steam, I think.
Yeah,
with
like,
CSGO
honestly.
and Dota is like 1 and 2.
Man, stop playing Fire Emblem while we're recording.
No, make me.
Don't make me come over there.
Sorry, we'll just like in the dry part where no offense, the dry part where we're talking about the end thing of TF2, and I'm like, hey, now is my stamina up? Yeah, I can get some more orbs. Orbs get me heroes.
Well, you'll be happy because I'm done talking about Team Fortress for the time being.
Actually, I got excited and paid attention for like at least 20% of that.
I know. I'm excited.
I do
you just can't hide
wonder
it.
if they actually were to stop updating it, how long it would still remain financially viable.
Yeah, probably not very.
You don't think?
The other news is that the next update, the next big update, will have a choose your own adventure style thing.
I'm in.
What do you mean?
Like, so you know how they did contracts in the past, where like
Right.
dailies,
Yeah.
basically. My understand, like from what they've told it, their internal code name for it is choose your own adventure, whatever that means.
Maximum erection.
But it sounds pretty cool.
Sounds weird.
Imagine like making custom quests to give other people.
Yeah,
You must get at least one backstab in the air.
airborne backstab.
It's so good. You can still do those, right?
Well, you can still backstab, and people can still be flying through the air, and you can still combine those two. Yes.
Cool. I'm in. So, as I was going to rudely interrupt you like 10 years ago,
You mean you haven't constantly been rudely interrupting me for the
fuck
last...
you, let me finish.
I need to let you finish.
No one has ever done that in the history of podcasts.
Sorry, go on.
What, Ben?
I'm not a monster. Please continue.
What, Ben being a hypocrite? Oh, really? Oh, man.
Oh, God. No, please, what were you going to say?
What about the free-to-play aspects of TF2 keeps you coming back?
What about the free-to-play aspects?
Yeah, like, does that play into it at all, or do you think it's just a solid game they give away?
For me, and this, again, like, so I play Team Fortress casually. I don't try and be competitive. I barely touch the competitive mode, and also 6 is pretty boring for me, personally, but...
Would you play 9v9 Highlander?
I would love to play 9v9, and I would also love to play 12v12, 1 per class.
What? I thought there was only 9 classes.
Oh, well, yeah, but like you can only have 1 class of each.
Yeah, that's what 9v9 Highlander is.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, Highlander means single.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting
because
confused
there can be only one.
There can be only one.
Oh man, we're totes watching Highlander again soon. I think that was done by Queen on the soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah,
you
it's
go.
in part of my things that I love because A, it's terrible, B, Sean Connery, and C, Queen. So there's like Highlander and Highlander.
And Highlander.
We don't talk about the sequels. Moving on. So yeah, what keeps
Because there can be only one.
So what keeps me coming back? I guess for me it's a game I can jump in, jump out, right? Like I can play a couple of rounds, have fun, and then leave.
and your skill ceiling doesn't drop too greatly when you've stopped playing it for a little while.
No, exactly. That is the big thing. The meta hasn't the meta changes, obviously, like weapons get balanced and patched and downgraded and upgraded, and then people do different things, and I don't know, for me it's just a game that I can come back to at any point.
Yeah,
And I
so
do constantly.
as a free-to-play game, would you spend money on it?
I have spent money on it. and I
He
continue
spent
to
so much money on it.
I have not spent so much money on it.
How
I have
much is
spent
so?
money.
How much have you spent on
I
this?
have
I've
spent
probably-
$8,000.
Over 5 years of playing the game, I've probably spent about
$8,000.
$400 on the game.
Small loan of 400's not bad.
Yeah, so that's like what? That's about 80 something a year, or 70
What's
something a year?
400 divided by? You said 8 years.
5 years.
5 years.
I've been playing since about 20.
Yeah, that's about $80 a year.
Yeah, about $80 a year. So you could have had a brand new shiny game every year that you spent on a free game.
Yeah,
That's
and
fine.
I enjoy it.
I mean, I spent more than that on Dota, so it's perfectly acceptable. Got to get me skins, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think, for me, it's not so much like I don't come back because it's free to play, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you come back.
That is an interesting point that you raised, I think, about it being an easy game to come back to. I found that as well. I found that as well. And half the reason that I haven't gone back to Overwatch or League of Legends, which are games that I have played in the past year, but stopped playing, is because I feel like the burden of skill and game knowledge is too high. In the case of Overwatch, I feel like the average person in the community has gotten a lot better at the game, and I would just be left in the dust. And in League of Legends' case, the game has been updated and changed so many times since I last played it. It's almost like a totally different game.
It
Yeah,
does
but you have like balance and rank and stuff. So like, if you were playing shit, you'd be playing against shit players until you got better, right?
and then you'd be getting shit.
Because I already have an established account.
Okay,
yeah,
so
but like it'll take you 5 or 6 games and then you get dropped, right?
When the game in League of Legends case, when the games are about an hour long, that's a lot of investment.
That's a lot of investment to suck dick.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then drop levels.
That exact reason is why I don't play StarCraft in casual multiplayer or competitive. Even though I love the game and I love RTSs, I cannot bring myself to play an hour-long game and just be like, great, so I lost that, so now I play against a shitter opponent.
Yeah, so...
But playing against a shitter opponent is not necessarily a bad thing, because then you might stomp them and feel good about yourself.
See,
Yeah, but then you're like, great, I beat a shit player and I'm back to square one and I've just spent 2 hours.
No, the bad thing about these games is you can tell when you're going to lose around about the 15-minute mark.
Yeah, that is true.
And I've got 45 minutes of trying to crawl this back.
Yeah.
And it's not like a fighting game where if you get gooder and you can use your ume and get in the mind of your opponent and play them, you can get there. But on the side note, if that happens in LoL, where
if you misread something in LoL or you misread something in StarCraft, you're pretty fucked.
You're paying for it for the rest of the match. Where if
because in those games, every like a lost fight in the start confers a permanent bonus to the opponent for the rest of the game.
Yes.
Essentially.
Whereas, like, you drop one round in a fighting game and you're like, well...
And it's like, and now I know what his game plan is, and I'm going to use it to win all the other rounds.
And I am going to get good-er. Which is why Bloodborne's fantastic.
Or you see a stealth unit in StarCraft and you go, oh fuck, he's going cloak. So you heavily invest in detection, and then turns out that was just like a ploy, and he's ruffle stomping you with regular characters. And you're just like, well, great.
And there's a photon cannon in your base.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a ploy, and he just played you like a hairy banjo.
And now I have to spend the next half an hour defending at a disadvantage and having detection for no reason.
So, I mean, I get why people like this kind of game. I love strategy games.
I love watching StarCraft competitive matches.
I mean, I think I've done this before, but if you look around this room, you're just like, it's not just action games.exe.
It's full of fighting games.
And it's full of actual strategy games. Like, I can see 5 Fire Emblem games from where I'm sitting, and there's some Shin Megami Tensei, which is a similar concept, and there's this Gaia. I think I lent that to someone. Which are games.
And it's full of such winning games as...
put that back where it came from. Also help me.
Star Fox Zero. Which is the best game of all time, am I right?
Do you know why I brought that?
So you could say that you had it? Why the fuck did you buy the collector's edition, though?
Because I wanted Star Fox Guard on disc.
You spent $100 on Star Fox
actually, I
Zero?
spent $90 because...
It says $99.
Yeah, but I know the guy at the store.
Right.
Because I wanted Star Fox Guard on disc.
My point is that your taste in games is not as infallible as you might make it out to be.
No, because I also deliberately brought Devil's Third for $60. Because I was like, that's the cheapest it's going to be for a while, and I need that game just so I can look at it and be reminded. Reminded of
why I bought a Wii U, because the games are shit and that's the way I like it.
Yes. I mean, I enjoy suffering in a non-ironic manner.
No, okay, to bring this back on topic. What was my point? Returning to free-to-play games I often find very difficult because they tend to change frequently.
All the time.
Like coming back to Hearthstone, several expansions later, most of your cards are now useless. Have fun with that, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the
But
amount.
that's like power creep, right? Because they just constantly release more powerful cards.
Well,
It's not that they not this. Well,
also-
unfortunately, yes, but I don't think that's intentional.
It's got the Mafia Wars syndrome, basically. It's like,
No,
oh
no.
yeah, I'm now at this level. Awesome. I finally made it to the end game and I have this awesome weapon. Oh, we just released an entirely new expansion that makes all those items completely useless.
well, it's slightly different as well because Hearthstone has a rotation. So to keep the formats fresh, what they do is they every 2 seasons or so they throw out 2 seasons ago's cards and say use the new season's shit. You can still disassemble these for dust and buy new cards. It's fine, but keep it fresh, keep the decks changing.
Do they ever bring back stuff and go, all right, well, this season we're going to re-bring in this card. I hope you didn't turn it to dust.
The
3 months ago."
rotation hasn't been around long enough to see where they're going with it yet.
Yeah, but honestly, I would love to see Hearthstone do a rotation of, alright, so it's this block we're still selling from 10 years ago, and 2 new blocks. Have fun!
It hasn't been around for 10 years.
I know, that's why I'm saying I would love to see it happen. Can you imagine
Oh
if...
man, wouldn't that be a gas if Magic was just sort of like, okay, so the next standard is going to be the next block that we're printing, plus we're also going to do a reprint of Invasion, and that's going to be standard legal.
Yeah. No, I was thinking, hey, let's have a, what is it, Cold Snap, Fifth Dawn, and whatever the current block is as legal thing.
That would be stupid.
I know. That
would be real stupid because there's no. Why'd you pick those? There's no mechanical coherence there.
Yep.
You're an idiot.
I like chaos.
You like cancer, is what you like. You like environments to be as stupid as possible.
Yeah, no, as stupid and that would encourage. I can see several decks from that combination where I'm like, yeah, okay. Like Warriors.
So I guess what I'm getting at is, what do you think it is that TF2? Where's the big difference? Why is TF2 so much easier to get yourself reintegrated with?
And why is it so much better than everything else? I mean, Overwatch exception because
well, that's not free to play, so it doesn't really fall under this.
Okay, so again, I'll come the
why is it
real
so much
reason,
better than Battleborn?
the real reason I play
That's-
Team Fortress and I keep coming back to Team Fortress is because I know that this game is not going to disappear, right? So you look at the Call of Duties and the Battlefields of the world and you're like, okay, I spent $100 on this game. There's going to be 3 or 4 DLC packs.
I would say,
and then the game is useless.
See, I'm getting
Yeah.
a song stuck in my head, and it's just pictures of you, pictures of me, with you and the cast members of TF2 all along your house, and you're just oh, that's when I met the medic, and he gave me a vasectomy.
He goes up and just touches
Yeah.
one of the pictures.
All along my walls, the world to see.
That's a good point, actually. Because we couldn't. It would be very difficult for us to go and play Modern Warfare 2, even if we wanted to.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing. If you boot up Modern Warfare 2, right? I mean, I don't know if I've mentioned this on cast before, but I originally bought the 2 map packs for that back when the game was being played and popular and that sort of stuff. I couldn't get into multiplayer games 2 years later, right? And it wasn't until I actually had to contact Steam and get the map packs removed because of some stupid way of how they manage the community in order to play against people. And even then, I was getting 200 ping and playing against
you
a
were playing
Russian,
against-
a Korean, an American.
I was gonna say, so yeah, if you booted up Modern Warfare 2 now, there'll be one server saying bring back Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
So, mate, you know what the solution to that is, though. We need to invent faster than light networking,
Of course.
so that we can just play with whoever around the world with no ping.
Actually, you know what the concept is you just brought up? Faster than light networking means theoretically you can play games with people in the past.
That would be pretty sweet.
That would be imagine time traveling via network back to play video games in their heyday. You're oh man.
So you're you
So-
start
so what you-
start
so-
typing, and you're Lamal, get turnt faggot or something, and he's like, what the hell are you talking about? It's 2003.
Are you saying that those guys that I was playing against in StarCraft 1 were actually from the future? No way!
That's why they were so much better at the game, and that's why they told me to invest in backburners. Who knew?
thought they were just talking about fire bats.
Guys, the price of ref is going to go down. Invest in keys. Invest in keys. What are you talking about? We play Warcraft. What, World of Warcraft? What's World of Warcraft?
Warcraft 3.
Warcraft 1.
It's like, oh man, you need to check out this Dota shit. What's Dota?
Hey guys, all your base have belonged to us. What a great meme! Actually, was it even called a meme back then?
It was called like,
No.
hey, have you seen this thing of the baby dancing?
Oh
God. So yeah, you know what? There's the plot for my next novel. You heard it now.
Hey guys, you remember Crazy Frog?
Oh God. Actually, you know what?
Let's change the topic quickly before we.
One thing we'll
Before this
change
goes
the
too much
topic
further.
very soon. But somehow, how has both podcast 14 renditions had a Crazy Frog reference in them?
Ding, ding.
Bum bum bum.
Ding, ding.
Also, Beverly Hills theme is amazing.
It is. And also, I need to get that as a ringtone now.
Yes,
No, you
please.
don't.
We're gonna bring it back.
Stop! No.
I'm gonna make it in a MIDI file. All right. So
8-bit rendition.
while we're talking about cancerous free-to-play ass games, Carl, you wanna
Yes.
fucking tell us what happened to the Ozpack LOL team? Bait.
So I heard there was a bunch of League of Legends has several professional leagues. They're regional based. So there's like one in the US, one in Europe, one in Australia. A good proportion of the players in the Australian league just got banned for various reasons.
Yeah. So why did they get banned? For being shit cunts.
Various reasons include being an arsehole,
Yay.
which is a bannable offense in LoL. It's not that the community would lead you to believe that.
Yeah. Suka blit. I got it.
No, that's Dota.
Logging onto other players' accounts for account sharing, which is also against the terms of service, and also account sharing with the intent to rank up other players' accounts for money.
That's also account sharing. That's covered by previous
it's
title.
a specific form of account sharing called boosting.
It's a specific form of account sharing, which means they go to a lower circle of bannable hell.
Pretty much.
It's also a type of smurfing as well.
Yes, it is smurfing. Or twinking, if you want to be
Just
into that.
let me Google that shit so I can figure out exactly how many actually got banned.
I was going for the G-rated version of that word.
Well, no, twinking is a thing in WoW, and it doesn't just mean a sexy homosexual man.
But yes, smurfing is a problem.
Yeah, no, twinking is when you get a lower level character with higher level gear, and you, like, smash out them low level PvP areas because, well, basically, that character's your twink because you buy it pretty things and then go destroy stuff with it.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. It wasn't the top level professional league. It was the Challenger series.
What's the Challenger series?
It's like the second tier one.
Yeah, so it's like
The reserves.
Yeah.
Reserves.
Yeah.
Cool.
Still, that's a lot
Look
of
at
bands.
look at us. I'm a regular football. It wasn't the first grade. It was the reserves.
I play sports every day.
That sports ball team.
I play sports every day. Wait.
With 16 players banned, the league loses around 40% of its players almost overnight. So that's a thing.
40% of its players.
Yeah. So, dude, can you just imagine if suddenly 40% of the players in something were like, oh, well, we can't play anymore. Okay, bye.
I'm pretty sure 40% of
Haven't there been like
sports ball.
in like sports, like not esports, like actual physical sports?
Certain that's been like
There've been like doping scandals that have taken out large swaths of
yeah, like
competitors.
the Russian
40%.
gymnastics team.
Yeah.
Not 40% of the competition.
Yeah, I guess.
That's a big number. That's like,
That's a big number.
they're now standing at what? 2/3 of the strength as it was previously. That's a huge thing. And you know what we take away from this? Read your goddamn Eulers, you piece of shit.
And never try.
Never try. Trying leads to failure.
See, this is what happens, kids. You try and you fail. The lesson is never try.
Are you trying to say we've tried so hard and got so far, And in the end, we're going to talk about pre-orders.
Yeah, we should talk about pre-orders.
Well,
Why?
why? Because we actually brought this up last night while we were drinking, and we were like, man, we're super passionate about this.
So, okay.
I mean, also we're passionate about pre-orders, but
So
we're definitely passionate
So are
about
you going to
drinking.
ask your question that you asked us when you were drunk?
Which one? Would you fuck me?
No.
I'd fuck me.
No, that was...
It puts
was-
the lotion on the skin.
That was later. No,
Or else it gets the hose game.
the question was, despite knowing that we should never pre-order games, are there still games that we're willing to pre-order?
Well, that was actually Carl's question, not mine.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's the question.
That's the question.
That's the question.
So,
so,
Ben?
so have you pre-ordered a game? Have you pre-ordered a game in the past year?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and so have I. I am a
Actually,
consumer whore.
do you want a number? How many games have I pre-ordered last year?
1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He's looking at his shelf and
5.
counting them up as we do this. Okay,
I
in
only-
your case, you pre-order in order to ensure that you get the collector's editions that you want, right?
Yes,
That's
6.
Okay.
I've pre-ordered about 6 or 7 games.
Whereas I pre-ordered 1, and that was to get access to pre-release content, which was StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void.
Well, yeah.
Meanwhile, I pre-ordered Pokemon because I'm a schmuck.
Well,
And
I
really
forgot about
shouldn't-
Pokemon.
and
Make
I
that
really-
about 12.
And I really shouldn't have done that.
I didn't get as balls deep into Pokemon, but now I've got some sick badges and some steel cases, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you guys know me. I like things.
You do.
Like, I like
Things.
being able to touch things.
Yeah,
like-
you like having swag.
I like swag.
Yeah.
As you can see.
I'm honestly surprised you haven't looked into like loot box or whatever it's called.
Oh, no, because I like knowing what I'm getting.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The reason why...
It sends
you've
you,
got a T-shirt
Yeah.
with the Nvidia logo on it.
It's like it sends you a box full of like Doctor Who stuff, and you're just like, what the fuck?
I actually love Doctor Who, but
Also, I'm pretty
I
sure-
make my Doctor Who shit.
Because I actually looked into it, and I'm pretty sure you can customize and say, never send me this sort of shit.
Never send me Dragon Ball stuff ever again.
But then again, it's just like, why? Like,
Oh yeah, I forgot I ruined
I
Dragon
never-
Ball for you the other day.
I
I'm
never-
so sorry.
I never actually ended up, because I was looking into getting it, I never ended up getting it, and the reason is, it's like, why do I need to pay for promo gear?
Well, yeah.
It's just like, why do I need to be paid to be like pay to have advertising delivered into my door?
No, this is the thing. I love random ass dumb figurines, if you can see, but I can tell you most of the things behind my random ass figurines.
Yeah, and it's sort of like if somebody just sends you a crate full of some random stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, a Harry Potter figurine, just what I always wanted.
Yeah, and like a custom BioShock lube.
Yay.
Toads would use, by the way.
Anyway, back on the topic of pre-orders.
See,
Here's the thing. Should we really be like
sword first pre-orders.
Well,
Yes.
it's sort of like it's been drilled into us that we should never pre-order games anymore.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, but it's
Well, I mean,
I'm glad I'm the one doing that now.
yeah, it's fair. It's fair, and I understand it. But on the flip side,
but the reason for that is because it's sort of like they started pushing the publishers started pushing pre-orders so hard by making them the only way that by taking content from the game and tying it to the pre-order.
And I don't pre-order shit like that. If you notice, a lot of my pre-orders are because they come with something physical or they come with a bonus. For example, Fire Emblem Fates up there, it was pre-order this and you get all 3 paths on one cartridge instead of having to download it. And I'm like, I'm in. That's good. I want it all on one cartridge. So when your fucking servers shut down in the year 2066,
You mean in the year 2017?
yeah, I can still play my game that I paid for.
With your money.
My money. Instead of pirating it like I have to do with Pokemon Conquest because you fuckers hid a bunch of stuff behind DLC. So of course I'm gonna pirate the game now. You turned off your servers.
Yep, and that brings us back to why Nintendo's a shit company.
Because they turn off servers for consoles that don't get produced anymore?
No, they drop support like you would not believe.
Oh, yeah. No,
Not just turning off servers in general, but like instead of doing the all right, here's like our legacy server, it might run like a dog, but you can download your game here.
.exe.
.exe, this is dead. It's turned off now.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
okay, bye. Well, on the flip side, you get stuff like the Xbox 360 and the PS3, which still have thriving virtual marketplaces.
Have you ever pre-ordered a free-to-play game?
You can pre-order free-to-play games?
Yes.
What?
In order to support the devs, you can pay money and get.
Yeah, you can get things like, I think they call them founders packs, where you get a bunch of
Oh,
stuff.
I'm a founder for a few of Artix Entertainment's games, which are free-to-play. But I was like, yeah, no, I dig this.
Do you count backing on Kickstarter as pre-ordering?
Would depend. That's a. Ooh.
That is a topic.
Oh,
That is a topic.
Man,
That's-
we got a hunt.
That's
Well,
a-
I mean,
that's quite a twisted topic
so
right there.
Before either of you dive on that one, I just want to say that personally, I don't consider Kickstarter as I want this game and I am going to get this game because I spent $60 on this game. I did not spend $60 on the game. I spent $60 on here's $60, try and make the game.
Well, I find it really funny because I haven't actually kickstarted anything as far as I can remember.
Okay.
Like, I love the concept and I adore the concept. I just happen to know that most devs are fucking shit with money. Like, I can tell you, I've seen projects at my work and I'm like, you guys had $1 million budget. Where did that go? We blew it on cocaine and hookers. Okay, all that is actually super exaggerated,
No,
but that's
what-
the thing. They
It's-
don't estimate time and money appropriately.
No,
they
they don't-
need a BA.
No, what? Well, yeah, that. But also you have the Mighty Number 9
Fiasco, and
which
the No Man's Sky fiasco,
Well,
which
yes.
No
but
Man's Sky
let me come back-
wasn't kickstarted, was it?
it was.
Was it?
I thought it was.
I don't know if
No.
it was kickstarted.
No,
but anyway,
I
the
don't
point
think
is,
it
I
was.
just want
No,
to
it
talk
was
about.
just hype train.
I just want to
My
talk about
bad,
Mighty
they
Number
get
9
blurred.
actually, because Mighty Number 9 was kickstarted and got well over its funding goal.
And still sucks.
No, because then what happened is they introduced scope creep. They're like,
They-
we can do. We got 3 times the money we asked for. We can do all this extra shit.
Well, actually, Kickstarter encourages
Yes.
Scope creep.
scope creep by encouraging projects to add stretch goals.
Yes.
To their pledges.
And if you go back and have a look at some of Mighty Number 9's stretch goals, you go, holy shit. And they continued to get money. And that's the thing. You end up with a subpar game with a lot of features because it's like, well,
We promised these. We have to
promised
deliver.
all these extra stuff, so now we have to deliver. And the main game suffered as a result.
Well, on the flip side, a game that also exceeded its goals on Kickstarter and not only delivered a solid experience, but continues to deliver a solid experience with the expansion packs it promised.
FTL?
Shovel Knight! The lord and savior of the platforming game Shovel Knight.
Okay.
That was a Kickstarter game?
Yeah,
Shit.
I know. You're like, that doesn't feel like... That feels like a lovingly crafted masterpiece.
Yeah, I thought it was just one of these indie games that came up through,
No.
you know,
No,
and,
no.
got popular because it was
You can run
good.
into the hall of backers in that game.
There you go.
And once again, they introduced like
Actually, now that you mention it, a lot of the indie games that have been really successful have been Kickstarter games.
and,
FTL was a Kickstarter game.
and
Undertale was a Kickstarter game.
what
else?
Rogue Legacy.
But
wasn't.
but the thing is, the problem is for every 10 that you can name that went well, there's probably 50 that did not go so well.
Yes.
That is the problem.
Well, and that's is it a problem? That's just investment, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing, and that's why I'm like, if I kickstarted something with like $10 or $20 and the game didn't end up coming out, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but that's the attitude that you've got to take, because when a lot of people, I think, when they go on Kickstarter and they're treating it like a shopping mall, they're treating it like a pre-order rather than a potentially risky investment.
Yeah.
Oh god. Sorry,
What?
I'm just scrolling through stuff that I'm looking at on Kickstarter, and I'm just like, hey guys, you remember the Ouya?
Yeah.
Oh god. But Shenmue 3, one day.
That's okay.
That's a hot topic.
That's not really a Kickstarter game, is it?
That's an expression of interest.
I mean, they put it on Kickstarter, but that money that they raised is not even going to come close to covering the cost of the game.
It's more like, hey, you guys want this.
Yeah, prove to me that you want it.
You
Give
mean
me
to
$1
say,
million to prove that you want it.
Show me your worth.
Hey Ben, give me $100,000.
Hey, Carl, blow me.
No,
Would you blow me for $100,000?
probably
Probably yes. Hey, that's if you had $100,000 on the table, like bang.
You're an expensive prostitute.
I am.
Let's see. Would you blow me for 25,000?
No, not quite.
30,000.
let's
It'd have
not
to be at
do
least
this.
have to be at least 60.
Oh man, you want like? There's no way that a blowjob from you is worth a year's wage.
I know, but I'd still want
a,
it.
A year of like a pleb wage.
That's my point. As I'd still want 60 grand because then at least like okay, I can do something with this money.
You're like, it's okay. At least my shame can be brought off for a year's labor.
Moving
I
right
can
along.
spend a year scrubbing myself clean
my
from
God.
ban.
Yeah, you just spend all the money on cleaning on
medical.
trying to clean the
You
the
go
pain
visit
away.
a PTSD doctor.
Yeah.
I blew a friend for 60K, and he'll be like, "Nice,
Nice. Hand over that 60K. Do you feel better? No. There you go. Problem solved.
So
now
how much
you-
will you
and now-
blow me for? No,
and now you're gonna carry that weight.
forever, ever.
Forever.
All right. So another Kickstarter one which we're waiting on is Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night, the Castlevania game that we all wanted.
Because the last because the last platforming Kickstarter by a well-known developer went really well, didn't it?
Well, that's because he wasn't a developer as so much as a showman. Was he? This guy, Igarashi, faith man.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I will believe it when you've played the demo that's out, which we probably should not talk about because, I mean, the only way you can get it legally is to kickstart it and or pirate it. That's not legal.
Well, it's a bit late now, isn't it?
It's too late to apologize.
I mean, I can't go back in time and kickstart it unless we invent that time travel networking like we were talking about
faster
earlier.
than light networking. I know we're running slightly on time, but there's a few other Kickstarter games we just need to talk about before it happens, like Yooka-Laylee.
What?
You know, the Banjo and Kazooie.
Oh, I thought. Is that? You said ukulele. I was picturing like the mini guitar.
Oh man, Amanda Palmer ukulele song. Can we do that as an outro?
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. I'm in charge of this
No,
podcast.
what?
We're
No.
gonna-
You're editing it.
Good times. And lastly is the CRPG Revolution, Pillars of My Dick. I mean Eternity.
Oh yeah, that.
See, important games. These are a lot of successful and
Didn't the Totally Not Sonic game also be a Kickstarter?
what's totally not Sonic?
Freedom Planet.
Freedom Planet.
I have no. What's Freedom?
I don't know. Someone keeps. I'm guessing it's you that keeps talking to me
What's
about
Freedom Planet?
It's basically
it.
basically
I
Sonic.
can't believe it's not Sonic.
It's basically Sonic. It's a platformer with Sonic with Sonic
Style, speed, and running, and
got-
twists and turns.
and a bunch of cartoon colored characters.
And Tood, and are they all furries?
Yes.
And do they have a huge gotta go faster orgy?
what?
What? No, okay, maybe we're playing different Sonic games.
Yeah, I think you're playing the Knuckles and Shrek experience right now. in your head.
No, it's
Featuring Dante from Devil May Cry.
Knuckle and Dante Dream Collection
Alright, I think-
2017.
Oh my
All right,
God, I think we're done here.
all right. So
On that note, thank you for listening to our terrible, terrible podcast. Please drop a like, a subscribe, or something of that note. If you want to tweet questions to us, tweet at #castofsalt.
and if you got any suggestions for Game Boy Advance games
Yes.
for Ryan, leave them on the Facebook page as well. You can leave questions there. I mean, anything else?
I mean, comment on YouTube, obviously, as well.
Comment,
you know.
yeah.
Drop
Yeah.
stuff. Sorry again for the last failed podcast. We hope this one made up for it. But
I think this was pretty entertaining. We had some good topics.
We did.
And we had some good tangents, like faster than light networking. Jesus Christ.
and yeah, I mean, like, how about that for freaking Greenlight news, eh? It's
Greenlight, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Carl,
That's
anything
gonna
you want
be
to
some
say
fallout.
before we wrap up?
No.